Paul, coming out of the international break, a couple of days off, a couple of days of hard work. How's everyone feeling and looking going into the weekend?
Yeah, really good. Give them an extended weekend off, which is good. Came back in on Monday. Everyone was very chatty, like the first day back at school. Like everyone's, what do you do? And training was really bubbly. Really pleased how they've trained this week and building up for the weekend and looking in good fettle because we've got Saturday, Tuesday till 2028. So yeah, we're looking good. The lads are really bright. Which you would expect me to say. I wouldn't come on here and say they didn't try a leg, but they were really good. We had to try and not go over the top because we haven't seen them for a few days. That's always tempting, but we didn't. We kept the training down, so to speak, but it was more about what we're going to do in the final third. So it's been good.
The injury list was long. It's been getting shorter. How is it looking now?
Yeah, moving in the right direction. We haven't injured anybody else on the positive, so that's good. And obviously Callum and Warne have been involved in full training. The other ones are getting closer, so moving in the right direction. So yeah, pleasing because we now really have 20 first team players available for this weekend, which is great.
It was going to be the next question. How complicated is that making life for you when it comes to picking?
Yeah, it isn't easy. Like everyone who's at the club, everyone I've signed at the club, I haven't told them they've come here to not travel on the bus or to not put a shirt on. So, however, in equal measure, it's like tough, isn't it? That's how football is. The best players, we try and pick the best 11 we see. We're lucky that we see the players all week. We speak to the players. We see the opposition. We get a good feel of how we think we should play. So we pick the team on that. We pick the subs on that, and and everyone has to fight for places. So Warne and Callum have to fight to get back in. That's how the world works, and it pushes everybody up. It keeps the 11 on their toes. That is for sure. Because I think previously we've had a few times where we've gone Saturday, Tuesday, Saturday. Probably haven't made as many changes as I would like or as I should have possibly. And we've looked a bit fatigued, whereas having this amount of players is good news, and it enables us to change it a lot more freely and keeps competition for places, but I think you can drive standards a lot more.
You're 7 games unbeaten, 5 unbeaten in the league, but you've not been happy yet, I don't think, with the performance levels. Do you take encouragement from that position?
Yeah, I do. I mean, I'm well aware of the football club I am managing. It's a great honour, but I'm also well aware that the group of players that we've got together and the coaches and everybody here and everyone behind the team. I mean, I've even got a hat today from Aberdeen. So all the supporters, all their expectations, I understand all that, but no one has greater expectations than me. So we should be comfortably in the top 6. We've dropped points, regrettably, at home to Cambridge. We've dropped points horrendously away at Cheltenham. Like, no game is easy, but you could add 4 points to us. We'd probably be third, 2 games in hand, and that's probably where we should be. I'm not saying we're the best team in the league currently, but I do think we're a top 6 team. But it's all right me saying it. You've got to back it up, and I think I text you yesterday that you either have wins or excuses. You can't have both. And at the moment, I feel like I'm coming out doing press after going, we're a bit unlucky there, a bit unlucky there. Look, I think we've missed copious amounts of opportunities to score. I do think we all have to chip in for goals. I don't rely on just my strikers. You can't just have the 2 or 3 players chipping in with 15, 20 goals. There has to be a reliance on everybody to chip in. And I think our overall play has been really good. I just don't think we've been ruthless enough in the final third. The only game I think that we've really come away and thought we were ruthless enough was Blackpool, and we won, but the game could have gone any direction at any time. That's how football is, I know. But in a lot of other games where we needed the goal when we were on top or when we created a chance, like at Cheltenham with 10 minutes to go, we had an unbelievable chance. You take that, you win, you come away, everything's great. Everything isn't rubbish, but your league position doesn't look as good as it should be. So I am really pleased with how the team's been. I'm just frustrated at the final little bit, and it's the most important bit. We just had a dearth of goals, really.
You mentioned the run that you're on. Do you talk about runs like that internally, or do you not want to focus on beating runs? You want to win games?
No, I don't talk about unbeaten runs really. I think to get promoted, well, I know to get promoted, you have to have like 5 or 6, 7 wins on the spin. That's what, separates teams in the league. So, although draws are a positive point, I personally would rather lose more games and win more games. That's how I'd rather be. I'd rather be guns out. I know that doesn't go down possibly great with people who listen to me, but that's the honest truth. Points do count at the end, but you have too many draws, it's no good. I think in the top 8 possibly with, apart from Portsmouth, I think we've all roughly lost the same amount of games. I could be wrong. Last time I looked, it looked quite similar. The difference is the other teams have probably drawn less and turned them into wins. So I don't get too excited or carried away. Look, I can't, because our league position ain't great. I think if we were top and we'd gone on a 7-match unbeaten run, 5 wins, 2 draws, I think everything we're going okay here. But that isn't the case, so we just feel a bit short. And yeah, we should be turning draws into wins, especially at home. At home, if our home form replicated our away form, we'd be smoking.
Busy couple of weeks coming up, starting with Shrewsbury on Saturday. You faced them a lot in your career. What do you make of the latest version of them?
Yeah, as every team in this league really, on their day, they can cause you problems. They've always been a really good home side. I've managed there. I'm not even sure if I've lost there. I think I've won a couple of times and drawn. I've never had an easy game. I've lost 4 there.
You've won 4.
Oh, when you done that, I thought I lost 4. I thought you were either doing that or sooty and sweeps.
4 wins. 4 wins against them. 3 have been there.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's quite good then, isn't it? But then, as with everything in life, nothing lasts forever. But I've always found them a really difficult side. I've always found that their home crowd really get behind the team, and it makes it difficult. And I know they haven't really been conceding goals, but they haven't been scoring loads like us either, in fairness. And I do know that the difference between the bottom of the league and the top of the league is minuscule. Like we drew with Portsmouth, who haven't lost a game yet, and I thought we should have won it. And we drew with Cheltenham, both opposite ends of the scale. So we don't underestimate them. We know how they have played. It doesn't mean it's how they're going to play. They do a couple of things that are different to other teams. I don't want to say it now because it's a problem, but a couple of things that we've been showing the lads today in the meeting, and we'll go out onto the pitch today. But I'd like to think the best version of ourselves will give them a good game, and hopefully we'll come out with 3 points, because we need to perform at a level to win games.